Welcome back to Deliberations with Sonya. Today, episode 8, Sex and the Single Lady in the City. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Join me today as we try to pick away at those areas where we just can't come together. Let's deliberate. Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Sonya Ogletree, the Queen Crusader, and we are here for episode 8 of Deliberations with Sonya. And as I promised you guys last week, we're going to go ahead and wrap up our segments on Can We Have It All? And so I had my other two young queens with me. I used to say princesses. Let's call them princesses. Shyla and Victoria. And they couldn't make it tonight. But what I really wanted to do, and I did want to sort of do the big sister thing about this, because they don't need to, We're going to talk about sex and the city, okay? We're going to get straight into it. We're going to talk about men are from Mars, women are from Venus. And so, as I mentioned before, and as we've been going through, and if you didn't see the last 2 videos, then you're 2 videos behind. So you're going to need to go catch up. Okay. So welcome to Deliberations. And today we're going to talk about sex in the city, single ladies in the city, and how we maneuver the dating scene in the 21st century. And on Deliberations with Sonya, we take a courageous and thought-provoking look, and we dive into the heart of issues that are on the tip of the tongues for people today. And what we want to do is to just, bring more truth to power. And I know sometimes I get ahead of myself, or I could say beside myself, when I am discussing politics or some of these. We ain't even gonna go there, okay? Let's say that. Anyway, so let's get into it. So one of the main things that me and the baby girls were talking about off camera is, and we were talking about being a high quality woman, okay? And so high quality women, we can't just, sex is something that's sacred, I mean, we're in this world. I'm gonna just tell y'all, and since they're my baby girls, I be trying to, give them the best advice that I can give. I don't tell them necessarily what I would do. However, I'm a prude compared to some of these young ladies. So, so where we get into these troubles with, and like I said, it's someone who's done the marriage and divorce thing, and we didn't really have them problems. But where the men are from Mars and women are from Venus comes in, is that there's just this whole interplay about communication, right? Because if I say, I'm having a great time, you are so fun, and the man might translate that as, he get it. No, that's not what that means. And sometimes they probably do mean that. So one of the things that, I said I was going to discuss today is just how those communication differences. However, upon further consideration of the topic, I came to realize that, after talking to my youngins, that it's not just even women and men. In today's world, it's millennials, or, it really depends on where you're at and where you're from, and, what you got going on. Because, we really have hey, Christina. Thank you for coming to my show, girl. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, Christina, girl, if you want to say something, type it in the chat and we will go ahead and put up the question. So, as I was saying, um, different generations have different practices, right? And so, I'm not ashamed by my age. I was born in 1969. I'm 54. Yeah, yeah, I'm 54. And have a different idea of things, than let's just say someone who's born in 1990, like the baby girls, or okay, like they probably was born in the 80s. But anyway, the point is, as we are dealing with interpersonal relationships, and when I was doing divorce work, and I'm gonna say a good 90% of those divorces could have been prevented if people were just honest. But sometimes you can't even be honest with yourself, right? So in this world of dating, and I just have to use me as the example since I'm by myself today. Um, when it comes to sex, when it comes to determining, whether you're ready to take that next step in a relationship, there used to be what we used to call back in the day as the unspoken truths, the unspoken words about things. And it was sort of like, okay, well, we're together and now we're took it to this physical level. And so you my boyfriend. It's not funny. But yeah, and that was so easy. It was just so easy. It was like, all right, we've been kicking it, we've been dating, we done did the deed. I'm your girlfriend, you my boyfriend, and we're good. Life used to be so simple back in the day. Today, it's people out here married, okay? They still can't figure out where they stand in the relationship. That's, you know. But so these are the things that I believe are hindrances and to people maintaining close sexual relationships. For instance, men are more physical, right? And so you guys are more transactional with sex. It's like y'all don't have to be in love. Y'all don't have to be contemplating a future. Y'all don't have to be doing nothing. Y'all could be at the baseball game and meet somebody in the hot dog line. Get it on. Now, I ain't gonna lie, some women could do that too, but I digress. The point is, you guys don't put as much emphasis and effort into delving into what this means and what this is all about. Women, on the other hand, for the most part, and I'm not going to be stereotypical, but women, for the most part, are a little more involved emotionally and are more in their head about it, and just second guessing, like, well, he must like me, or blah, 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 or, and then there becomes the thing, that I see a lot of, which is, other people that people tend to be dealing with, right? So, so if we're together and everybody's just having a good time, then cool, However, what happens is people inevitably will get physical, and oftentimes the woman or the man will not be completely honest because they like the person, and then people have situationships, people have standing meetings with people at 11 o'clock that they've been doing for the past year or so, and they don't be completely done with that, right? And so sometimes it takes time to wiggle yourself out of certain situations. However, if you're not honest about it, for instance, and you've got a woman or a man who's sitting here like, oh yeah, we together because they thinking all old school. And then, something comes up. Now all hell gotta break loose. You know what I mean? Like, wow. And so these are the things that, me and my baby girls was talking about, because what happens is, you know, the common theme is just be honest, right? Because that's all anybody really wants is honesty. And it's hard, like it's hard out here. It's hard out here for a man. No. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, so when you're thinking about um sex and relationships and dating, there's just various different ways you can go. For instance, I'm gonna deal with me first. So, like I said, as you're maneuvering the dating world and just trying to maneuver where you are, one of the things that my baby girls talked about quite a bit was just not feeling played. Okay, and for my podcast audio viewers, I am like making two air quotes in the air about getting played, right? Because that's the common way that people feel when they are not given the whole story, right? So I mean, and that's the thing, like you just really have to judge the maturity and the clarity of the person that you're dealing with. You just do, right? Because I've dealt with men before. I mean, I'm 50, so people I deal with is, they my age. I'm younger. Yeah, but anyway, and so it's not a big deal to just say, you know what, I'm really digging you, and I want to get to know you, and I don't, I of course you're not the only person I see. How hard is that? And so I appreciate it when a man says that to me, because I'd be like, cool, because I got a date tomorrow too. But the whole point is, from my perspective, if you like me, if you find that you vibe with me, if you find that you care about me, then hey, you gonna do what it needs to happen for you to be like, okay, no more dates for you, Sonya. I'm like, no more dates for me. We got to make some details about this. So, if no more dates for me, no more dates for you. So, what? You want to do this like what? January 1st, 2024? So you clear up all your mess? I could clean up mine. I ain't got none, but, I might get some. Anyway, the point is, that communication gap, and after a while, like both the baby girls in their one early 30s, one mid 30s. So at some point, men, we should be able to just speak truth to each other and just say, hey, I want to get to know you. I'm digging you. And you need to tell the other person that I mean, shoot, that, hey, I'm getting to know multiple people, and that's cool. And, but at some point, I believe that we have to be intentional, very intentional about saying and making that transition to say, because whether or not you're abstaining or you're just out here dropping it like it's hot, doing what you want to do, and I'm not judging, I'm just saying, I done dropped it like it's hot. Not lately. Not in my 50s. Not since my divorce. No. But anyway, I digress. I can drop it like it's hot. Anyway, the point is, you just really want to make sure that you're being intentional, that you're telling someone, hey, this is what it is. For instance, so I'm gonna get back to the men now on how y'all do stuff, and I'm gonna use the example. And I hope this person is watching the show because I date recently was talking to a certain dude, and it turned into basically I ain't gonna use the language this person used, but it was basically like I want to sop you up with a biscuit. I'm like, I gotta extricate myself from this situation, because you can't. For me, you know, and I let them know, it was like after a while I was just getting bored with the whole conversation, and I was trying to just go. And then it was just like he gonna say to me, well, you see, women like you that are, you educated women and y'all blah blah blah. And I'm like, what it got to do with being educated or not educated? Okay, I could have a dang on Crayola diploma and not want to have some man that on the first date talking sex stuff, you know It's cool to be like, oh, you're a beautiful lady, blah, blah, blah. But you don't have to be giving people the graphic details of what you want to do today. Okay. I mean, you know. And the way I feel about that, and I'm just put it out there, it's like I wanted to say to him, it's prostitutes in this world. You know, what made you think I want to be bothered with you? You saying stuff like that to me? Okay, you go find you a prostitute, pay them well, and then hey, let it be what it's gonna be. Dude, you're like 50 and you're an idiot. Cause anyway, I digress. The point is, you see, now that same gentleman, could have just had fun, do the date, bring a girl some flowers or something occasionally, meet at Starbucks, have a few more coffees, get somebody comfortable to where they really want to be spending time with you. And then get up to some smooches or something. And then see where the chemistry and stuff go. Who knows how long that would take. But if you don't have the discipline to see, that was something we talked about on the 5 red flags, the 7 red flags. Discipline. So, if a man don't have no discipline to, hold himself together pending other things, then it's just like, dude, be gone. Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay? That's it's still diseases in this world. What is wrong with people? Okay, this is totally off the topic. Okay, I gotta get back on topic. Okay. So let's get back to the whole content of today, which is dating and maintaining sexual relationships as a single lady. Okay, so now that we've gotten past the let's just call them, I ain't gonna call them that because people say I'm judging. Let's call them the as soon as I get off this date, you delete it group. That's a big group for me, but anyway, yeah. So once you get past that, and then you get to the scenario where you're, you're vibing with somebody, y'all cool, you like having fun, y'all have fun together and everything, and then it may get to where the physical and all that's going on. And, at some point, then there's another situationship of trust, right? Because if two people are sharing one another in a physical way, one would think that they would tell each other the truth about their current situations. And then leave it up to the person to make a decision on if they want to, continue. I can't tell nobody what they rules or steps or none of that would be. But I dated this one gentleman. It was funny. Because it was cool. We went out. We had most fun days. Like we would have fun days. And then I think I got in my feelings one day and was like, "You like me? What's the problem?" And he was just like, "Sonya, man, I I'm not, I want to be physical, you know. I want to have somebody in my life." And he was like, but I'm old school, and when I get to doing the deed, you mine. And we ain't finna be doing all that. And so I'm just trying to make sure, that you ready to be like this and like that. And I had to catch myself like, I'm having fun, but I just got divorced. Well, I just get divorced, but that's stressful, and that was amazing to me because I was like, whoa, I sat up here and asked God for a good man with a retirement plan and grown kids out the house and all of that. And he putting pressure, and I'm like, screw. I gotta stop doing that. The mic can be showing on the podcast. But yeah, so that was probably a year or so ago. Yeah, it had to be a year and a half. And at that point, I just wasn't ready. And I had to say that. And so, dude sort of ghosted me after that. Which wasn't like, and I guess he just felt like, girl, thank you. I don't need expensive dates and dinners to be your friend. Okay, I want a mate. I'm about to go to Florida to my vacation home, and I need somebody that's gonna be my woman. And it ain't gonna be you. Then I ain't got time to be playing with you no more. And so I was like, wow, and I almost felt like, well, I should just give in to the situation. But then I was like, no, because I've done that before, and you see the shiny, nice object, and you just be like, I want it, but it's really not the object for you. And so, ladies, we have to also tell some truths. Just because someone is financially secure and sweet and nice and caring and giving, you still have to be like, oh my God, I'm not going to be right. Because we can be wrong just like y'all can. And so these are things that, I believe that we have to just, tell the truth about. But so many men, unfortunately, don't tell the truth. But then a lot of women don't either, because I know a lot of people that would have just kicked it with dude and acted like he was the best thing since sliced bread. And then when somebody else came along that they were probably waiting on or more interested in, would have dumped him. But see, I don't do that. See, because I was a criminal defense attorney and a divorce attorney. And I'm going to tell you, people out here, the capital, I always say, domestic violence is real, right? And so, like I said, I ain't scared of no man or no beast, but I ain't asking for trouble. So you just have to, be real, just be grown up about it, Anyway, so yeah, I had another issue, and as I discussed that last one, I sort of lost track of it. Okay, yeah, I remember now because I wrote notes. Yeah, so what? One of the last topics this on here is, and I don't. What happened to my people in the chat? Y'all ain't leave me no questions. I needed to ask some questions. Okie dokie. And I don't know. This live chat plus questions, it gets to be daunting. However, so I'm just gonna get to my last point. So as we discuss sex and a single lady in the city, then I ask people to ponder what that looks like and what they're doing it for, right? Because it can't be transactional. You can't be like the person I talked about earlier. You can't just be transactional about things, right? Because you don't want to be in a situation where you have someone thinking that you're all in and you really just playing games. See, and that is what I'm talking about. And so when women, for instance, like the guy that I went out with earlier in the week, that he was talking about, he literally said to me, women like you are going to be alone because y'all spend too much time thinking. He literally said that. But I've heard that from a lot of men. And then they be like, oh, you going to submit to me? What? First of all, go back to the last tape. Okay. We're not submitting to bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Submit. Fuck out of here. I don't even know you. Okay. Anyway, so when a man says, to a woman, well, you thinking too much. Well, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? And as a woman, you need to ask yourself. If a man say, oh, you thinking too much. You thinking too much. Ain't nobody going to deal with you. Okay, I'm not a dog running around in heat, lifting my leg up, waiting for the next little, what the, you know what I'm saying? So when somebody tell you, oh, you're going to be by yourself. Good, Bobo, good. Okay, because men and women are going and coming all the time. Okay, I've never had a problem with a man. Getting one, and I ain't gonna say a lot of them leave me either. I leave them because I be like, I change my mind a lot. Anyway, the point is, you just have to. I don't want to make the same mistakes. And that's what me and my baby girls was talking about. You don't want to make the mistakes that you made when you was younger, because that comes with debilitating self-esteem issues. It comes with you second guessing yourself. It comes with you feeling bad about yourself. And let's just keep it real. How many women have, thought someone was really digging them, gave up the whole, sex thing. And it's not like you gave it up, so you wanted to. And then that person is married or got a whole girlfriend and a wife somewhere, or just was having fun because it wasn't nothing to do that day because the Browns wasn't playing or something, They just playing with you. And then you know what I hear from men? She crazy. She crazy. Ain't nobody crazy. You're a liar and you pissed her off. Now she done slashed your tires or called your house. See, we can avoid all that. Everybody can avoid all that. I don't roll like that. But I'm just saying, people could avoid all of that. And so as single ladies, I believe it's up to the man to be like the gentleman that, I dated. And he was just so sweet. Oh, just, I didn't feel like I was ready to be in a committed relationship again, Sometimes you just need to be free, But that was good, dude. But that was a grown-up relationship. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't get that all the time. I don't get grown-up relationships all the time. I get liars who are like dogs in heat, I want her, but I'm gonna keep this and I'm gonna keep that and this and that. And ain't nobody got no time for that. And so when a grown 50-some-year-old man tell me, oh, you gonna be by yourself because you think too much. I'm like, you know what? It's all good, because my son got 2 German Shepherds and they're both so pretty and I love playing with them. And actually, the girl is my bestie. And you know what? I could just have a dog to play with. I don't need some stress. And that is going to be as we get to the end, right? Because I said I wasn't going to go over 30 minutes today because it's just me. And if I had my co-host, then we'd be jiving about other things. But I'm going to tell you the number one reason why we as men and women need to be straight up about this Sex in the City single life. I changed the name because Sex in the City is one of my favorite shows. But anyway, Sex in the City single life. One of the things that we have to make sure of is we're not bringing more stress into our lives, right? And there was a time in my life when I was dating someone and, several someones, marriage too, where it was just so much angst and, I was just always on edge and stress and just, that shit fucked with my mental health. I don't mean to cuss, but it's Deliberations with Sonya. Stuff come out sometimes. But it messed with my mental health because you're always on edge because you just don't know where you're at or where you're staying or what is going on. And you're just, I never want a relationship like that again. No, I'm never going to go through that. So anybody that, you're trying to be in a physical relationship, sharing our DNA, for lack of a better word, I just don't want to. If I have to think and stress and try to figure out the riddles, I'm out like shout. I'm not dealing with that. And I don't care about other women. I'm not a jealous person. I don't care about other women. I don't want to be all like Meg and Cardi, but this shit. Okay? I love sex. I'm great at it. So I don't see why I should have to wonder. My favorite cartoon just came to my mind. Is you is or is you ain't my baby? Or has my baby found somebody new? Boop 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 boop. The cat. His name. That was the cat. Anyway, yeah, that's still in my head. I've been doing that since I was like in high school, middle school. You get little boyfriends like, is you is or is you ain't my baby? Has my baby found somebody new? Tell me, because I'm like the cat. You know what I'm saying? You ain't. You know what I'm saying? You ain't the last that was made on this planet, right? And so I got all sideways track of my notes and my script. But the whole gist of it is put some thought and effort into your wants, needs, and desires prior to moving into, a physical relationship with someone, because you never know. I never would have expected, there's a lot of men, let me tell you, girl, they've been married 15, 20 years. Now they find themselves divorced and they really just want to go right back into a marriage. You got to be careful. Okay. I mean, because you may not want that. You might want to be single to mingle for a while before you go back into a committed relationship. Tell the truth about it. You know what I mean? Oh, another song came to me right now, but I'm going to stop. Don't be. Anyway, I think that's Into Me. But anyway, look. This has been Deliberations with Sonya, and this is your girl just trying to keep it real in the field about this dating and single ladies and high quality women. And I'm not saying it's low quality women out here. I'm just saying it's some people that's more ready to drop it like it's hot than others. And some of us in our discussions are more geared towards how do you maneuver these situations. And like I said, you need to go back and watch my video of episode 6 when my baby girls was saying, hey, I'm not going to wait for Mr. Right. I'm going to go on cruises. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to have a good time. But let me tell you, don't think that they sitting around, being absent and while they doing, what I'm saying? People like, hey, you down, I'm down. Let's do it. What I'm saying? That don't fit with the topic. But the point is, you don't have to commit yourself to less than to be in a relationship. No. Women and men can both compartmentalize. Therefore, women and men can both put their cards on the table and say what it is. Once again, this has been Deliberations with Sonya, and I'm going to say good night. However, you all need to go to YouTube and subscribe and like and go to the various different places wherever you get your podcast. Generally, I put the podcast on the next day because I have to, separate the audio from the video. But the video will be up on YouTube. Anyway, this has been Deliberations with Sonya. Nobody put questions in the chat, but thank you, Christina. And have a good night.